Hi, my name is Michael Bidoza, and this is Blading with Chef Knives. So if you guys don't already know, I resell a lot of stuff. It started off with trying to clear up my mom's garage. I had a bunch of stuff there just accumulating over the years. And I was reselling on however I could find it, eBay, OfferUp, just trying to clear out this garage. I started to pick up that there was a little bit of a business there. I actually enjoy going to garage sales and buying stuff there and reselling it. So the key thing here that I've come to understand is just finding someone who's motivated to get rid of something, and my service is trying to find the right person that actually wants to use it, and just to take a little bit off the top on that. The one thing I don't do when I resell is meet anyone at the place I sleep at. So I always meet someone down at the liquor store at the end of my block, and I actually go through an alley to get there, which is an excuse to see if I can find any trash that might be someone else, that might be my treasure. And so actually I came across a guy that was literally putting a crate down of just these new tools. And I asked him if it was up for grabs, and he gave me a heads up, yeah, it was. And so the first thing I do was to see if there was anything else that might be of value. You know, maybe there's some rollerblades there that I might be able to give to someone, or I don't know. It's just trying to get a feel of the situation. And so I asked him, you know, what else you got? And he ends up looking in his garage full of tools and saying, I need to move. I got to get rid of all this stuff by the end of the week. And so I actually was very transparent, just told him, hey man, I resell. To kind of do you a favor, how much for the whole thing? And kind of bewildered from the whole situation. So I take a step back and I'm just like, hey, take a couple hours to figure it out. Let me get your number right now. I'll text you in a couple hours and let's figure this out. So I go home, do my thing, and I text them a little bit later in the afternoon, right before dinner, and I meet with him again. And we go through the garage, and I'm showing him on my phone how much it sells on eBay. There's a filter there you can kind of show people. And I'm looking at some of the tools and I'm saying, hey man, like this is probably $100. That tool there, another $100. That big toolbox, like $500, right? And we kind of come up a number that's like around $750. And being the negotiator that I am, I lowball him just to get a feel. I don't know. What if I can get this at a better price? I lowball him at 400, and he goes, how about we just make it a solid 5? And I was sold, shook on it. We're good. This garage that I just cleared out and resold, I ended up buying someone else's garage and refilling that garage with all this new inventory. And so I'm just, reselling that whole thing. I actually make a pretty good profit. But for me, it's not just always about the money. It's also, I was trying to figure out ways to give back. And part of the flip though was on top of all these tools, I got a bunch of wood. And so one thing back in the feet days when I was, Lonnie and I always wanted to make a DIY spot. And I always thought DIY was cool. I love the concept of DIY skate spots that contribute to the community. It's this like low-key street art in a way, or form of fashion in the skate industry. And it's just like, it just contributes to more than just me. And like, it's always fun to find those DIY spots. And I just always thought DIY spots were just freaking cool. So I figured, on top of all this stuff that I'm selling, why don't I take this wood and then make a DIY spot? So it takes a couple months to flip through everything. And then now I'm actually at the wood part. And I was talking to Danny Rosado. By the way, he's the Blade Cup champion of 2018. Just wanted to remind you guys that. Oh, Blade Cup Veterans Blade Cup of 2018. Danny Rosado is a solid dude, good friend. But he has like a workshop, and he's really good with wood. And I asked him, would you be open to helping me figure some DIY spot situation? And so he was all for it. He lives like an hour away, came to Carson, picked up the wood. And so, let me add. There was a box there. I received a box that had square coping on one side and round coping on the other. And I've had this box 8 years, and it's gone through all the weather, so all the wood was just rotting. And so we took the metal off, and I was like, hey, maybe we can use this metal and put it with this wood, and then we can. At the end of the day, I wanted to like put it at a spot, make a skate spot, and then just be, that's my contribution to the skate world. And so we end up making this box, and he wants to do an A-frame, and he buys PVC for it. And then I go, well, what are we going to do about this metal? And he goes, well, how about we just weld it together? And he created this little step-up box. And I go, oh man. So like, I didn't even realize that, it was a sturdy rail. And so when I first started skating, or back in like 97, damn, this is how old I am, but there was a play rail that the Cerritos, I lived in Carson, the Cerritos kids had, and we loved that play rail. And it got handed off throughout the generations to friends and stuff like that. But I know who has it right now, and it's still in our blade world. So when he welded that rail together, I realized, hey man, like there's people out there that might need this. Let's, let people know that we're making custom boxes on top of, and then whatever we make off the profits, maybe we can keep this DIY thing going. But yeah, so this is kind of the first part of this DIY series. If you want custom boxes or rails, Danny and I are making them. And I think this is a good segue for me to introduce who Michael Bidoza is in 2021, reselling stuff. And I want to start sharing some of that stuff with you. So here, check it out. Let me show you what we created.
Alright, and just up and down type of pyramid, and then I'm gonna try to do a 3D. That kind of helps out. So it's gonna be double coping on each side, and then I have these hinges here, and I'll bond them two together and made them. Using 2-inch coping, well PVC. I like 2-inch. It's big enough and you just, stick on it better. But yeah, I think we'll cut out these plywood pieces first, make them all in uniform, identical, and then we'll just stuff them with studs and lay plywood on top, and that's it. We'll try that out. Yeah.
Good, man.
Yeah, so that's our shape. I think this will be pretty fun.
Yeah.
But this will be high enough just to jump on it and switch it up or whatever.
time.
The hardest time. Like this?
You don't drill a hole first? Okay.
No, I just. Do you do?
Yeah.
Like you'll drill out the hole and then.
I get a small drill.
Mmm.
Just to get it started.
Yeah, cause it kind of walks, huh? That's what I did. Let me try. Alright, I don't. Changes everything, man. I wish I was good at angles. Like to make this to where it would meet up.
Yeah.
But I think that's cool. Like for MIG welding, that's what I do. It has to be metal on metal. You can't have any paint. It won't make a good contact.
Yeah. That's all you need. That's all you need for like per side. Oh my
You don't need
god.
to like fully weld it. You're gonna like grind, jump in the box,
Yeah.
and then come back out, grind.
Dude, you built this, bro.